Listen, we saw this story in the Wall Street Journal about the black market for street vendor permits. So we asked someone who really knows, and this is Matthew Shapiro. You're actually with an advocacy group for street. Tell me about your organization first so we know. For street vendors, tell me.
That's right. So I'm with the Street Vendor Project, and we're a community organization that organizes and advocates for the rights of street vendors here in New York City.
Okay, so this story comes out. Tell us about getting a permit for street vendors.
Well, if you want to be a food vendor in New York City, you're required to have a permit from the city. The problem is that the city has capped the number of permits at 3,000. This has created a black market of permits, and now the permit owners are charging ridiculously high prices, sometimes anywhere between $15,000 and $20,000 for 2-year permits.
And Matthew said sometimes they don't even have to be here in the state. So some of these people own these permits and they're not here.
Right. These are absentee permit owners that are not vending, that don't want to vend, that are just trying to make a lot of money off the people who do want to be mobile food vendors here in New York City. All
right. So you and I want to go out and get the Matthew and Dave cart, or whatever. How long is it going to take us if we want to try to get it?
Well, sometimes the waiting list can be as long as 15 to 20 years, or we could try to go to the black market and pay $15,000 to $20,000 for a 2-year permit.
Okay, so now these are issued by what? The Department of Mental Health and Hygiene?
Right.
Department of Health. What are they saying about this? They know this black market exists.
Well, they know it exists. They're kind of turning a blind eye to it. We talked to them before, but they're really not showing any sense that they're going to do anything about it anytime soon.
Really? Okay. And so, just to be clear, you need a license and then the permit, right?
Right. The license anyone can get.
Okay.
But the problem is you can't work on a food cart unless the cart has a permit on it.
Wow. Unbelievable. So some of the guys that we're seeing, in theory, are paying this kind of money, or paid that kind of money?
Absolutely. The majority of food vendors on the streets now are paying this kind of money, or working for someone that's paying this kind of money for the permit.
So what are your efforts for the advocacy group? What are you trying to do?
We're trying to convince the city to release more permits. There are a lot of people out there that want jobs, that want to work, that want to be food vendors. They simply can't do it because they don't have the money.
Okay. All right. Interesting story. Buy a couple hot dogs next time, right?
Thanks.
Okay, good.